What happens when a decade-long friendship between two of Hollywood's most admired women suddenly falls apart? For years, Taylor Swift and Blake Lively seemed inseparable, sharing milestones, music, and even family moments. But now, reports claim the pair aren't even speaking. How did a bond that looked unshakable reach this breaking point? Section 1: How it all began. 2015. Their story didn't start with a red carpet or an industry party. It began online. In 2015, Blake Lively posted a cheeky photo from a LOL campaign, joking about Taylor's now iconic Bad Blood video. Fans instantly thought she was throwing shade, but Blake quickly shut that down, making it clear it was all in good fun. That playful moment led to something bigger. Later that year, during Taylor's 1989 tour in Australia, the two finally met in person. Instead of a celebrity meet and greet, they spent the day at a theme park laughing, taking rides, even posing with kangaroos. It wasn't Hollywood glamour, it was genuine connection. And from that day forward, the foundation of a new friendship was set. Past friends, public moments. 2016-2019. It didn't take long before Taylor and Blake's friendship went public in the best way possible. In July 2016, Blake and her husband Ryan Reynolds showed up at Taylor's legendary 4th of July bash. The photos from that weekend quickly went viral. Blake and Ryan smiling next to Taylor and her then-boyfriend Tom Hiddleston, all caught in those fireworks-lit moments that fans still talk about. By the end of that year, Blake was openly celebrating Taylor online. She posted a sweet birthday tribute, calling Taylor one of the people she not only loved but genuinely liked, a rare distinction that made the message feel personal and real. Then came one of the most surprising and heartfelt crossovers between their worlds. In 2017, when Taylor released her Reputation album, the track Gorgeous opened with a voice cameo from none other than Blake and Ryan's daughter, Kims. Fans were stunned. It wasn't just friendship anymore. Taylor was weaving their family into her art. Blake later admitted that she and Ryan were like overexcited stage parents at Taylor's concert when Gorgeous played, and you can see why. And the bond kept showing up in real life too. From reigning in New Year's Eve 2019 together at Taylor's costume party, Blake dressed as Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz while Taylor went full Little Mermaid, celebrating Taylor's 30th birthday later that same year. These weren't surface-level hangouts. These were real milestones. By this point, it was clear this wasn't just a Hollywood friendship for show. Taylor and Blake were becoming family. Creative collaborations. 2021. By 2021, their friendship had evolved into something even more powerful: collaboration. That November, Taylor dropped the news that Blake would be directing her music video for I Bet You Think About Me, a vault track from Red. Taylor's version. For fans, it was a dream crossover, a pop superstar trusting her best friend to bring one of her songs to life on screen. The video itself was packed with playful chaos or gowns, cake smashing, and sharp storytelling, and it instantly became a fan favorite. But more than that, it marked Blake's official debut as a director, and Taylor wasn't shy about showing her pride. She hyped Blake's talent on social media and even shared behind-the-scenes clips of her calling the shots on set. It was a moment that proved their bond wasn't just about parties and private hangouts. They believed in each other's talents enough to put their friendship into the spotlight of professional creativity. For both women, it was a milestone: Blake stepping into a new career lane, and Taylor letting a close friend shape her artistic vision. It felt like the peak of their connection, personal trust spilling over into professional triumph. Warm moments continue. 2020 to 2024. Even after their big creative win together, Taylor and Blake's friendship didn't slow down. It only seemed to grow stronger. In 2022 and 2023, the two were spotted out together on multiple occasions, sharing girls' nights in New York and attending private dinners that fans eagerly followed online. One standout moment came in May 2023. During Taylor's Eras tour, Blake showed up with her daughters James and Inez, proudly cheering in the crowd. For the girls, Taylor wasn't just a global superstar, she was Aunt Taylor, the family friend they'd grown up with. Seeing Blake's kids jumping and dancing at the concert felt like proof of just how personal this bond had become. And it didn't stop there. In September 2023, the two were photographed leaving a restaurant together, looking like any pair of longtime friends catching up over dinner. A couple of months later, Blake and Ryan were spotted at Taylor's side again, this time for a glamorous night out in New York. By the summer of 2024, the friendship looked as strong as ever. The two even spent time together at a beach house getaway, another reminder that their bond wasn't just about industry appearances, it extended into real, everyday life. Whether it was concerts, casual outings, or family time, Taylor and Blake seemed locked in as one of Hollywood's most unshakable duos. At least, that's how it looked from the outside, until things quietly started to change. The rift unfolds late 2024, early 2025. Then, almost without warning, the story took a turn. By late 2024, rumors began circulating that Taylor and Blake weren't as inseparable as they once seemed. The spark that once defined their friendship suddenly looked dim, and fans started asking why. The answer, at least in part, may have come from outside drama. Blake was locked in a heated legal dispute with her. It ends with us co-star Justin Baldoni. What most people didn't expect was for Taylor to be pulled into the middle of it. Reports claimed that Taylor was subpoenaed to testify, a move that put her in an uncomfortable position. Although the subpoena was later withdrawn, sources close to Taylor revealed she felt blindsided and hurt by the situation. From that point forward, whispers about a pause in their friendship started growing louder. Insiders suggested they were taking space and working toward being on good terms, but the shift was noticeable. After nearly a decade of being present at each other's biggest moments, the silence between them spoke volumes. It wasn't an explosive public fallout, it was quieter, but in some ways, more unsettling. Because when a friendship this strong suddenly halts, people can't help but wonder what really happened behind the scenes. The child factor. Behind all the headlines, the music, and the new relationships, there's a reality that can't be ignored. Offset and Cardi share 3 children together. Their youngest was born right in the middle of all this chaos: divorce filings, public spats, and now, diss tracks. For fans, that's where the heartbreak comes in. While Offset is rapping about moving on and Cardi is keeping her silence, people can't help but wonder how the kids are being affected by the constant tension. Custody battles haven't played out publicly yet, but whispers online suggest that both sides are preparing for tough negotiations once the divorce finally reaches the courtroom. What makes this even more intense is the contrast between the music and the family dynamic. In his lyrics, Offset paints a picture of walking away, cutting ties, and leaving it all behind. But in reality, he can't walk away completely, not when 3 children tie into Cardi for life. And that's where the story gets complicated. Because while Offset might be moving forward with Melanie Jada, the fact remains Cardi will always be in the picture through their kids, which raises the big question: can you ever truly move on when family is still at the center? Fan reactions. As soon as Move On dropped, the internet went wild. Fans immediately started dissecting every lyric, every line, and every possible hidden message. Some people were quick to side with Offset, arguing that he finally told his truth after years of being painted as the bad guy. They claimed his honesty was refreshing, even if it came across as harsh. But Cardi's fans weren't having it. They flooded social media, firing back that Offset was rewriting history to make himself look better. Memes popped up within hours. Screenshots of the "you never cooked, you never cleaned" lyric were plastered across X, TikTok, and Reddit, with fans reminding Offset that Cardi made that line iconic years ago. For them, it was less of an insult and more proof that he was still obsessed with her words. And then came the theories. Some fans suggested the song wasn't just about venting, it was bait, a way to push Cardi into responding with a diss track of her own. Others believed it was Offset's attempt to grab headlines right before his album rollout ended, knowing controversy sells better than anything. Either way, the debate only made the drama bigger. Every fan post, every meme, and every hot take turned the song into more than music. It became a cultural moment, one that had people asking not just about the past, but what might happen next. Because if there's one thing fans are waiting for, it's Cardi's response. With Move On stirring up so much chaos, fans are left asking the big question: what happens next? Will Cardi respond, musically or publicly? Or will she let Offset have the last word? Rumors suggest she might have something in the works, and considering how fiercely she's defended herself in the past, it wouldn't be surprising if she fired back in some form. Then there's the ongoing divorce. Until the papers are signed, the legal drama isn't over. Any shift in custody, property settlements, or public statements could reignite the feud in ways that overshadow the music entirely.